Whether you're new to pool and practicing the basics, or a more experienced player performing drills to improve your shot making and positional play, the Drill Partner is perfect for you.
What is up, everybody? Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your weekend or wherever you are in the world. I am pumped for this show. We got a lot of good stuff coming up over the next couple of days before I take off to Junior Nationals. Pretty much got something like every day up until the 4th. So, and sometimes we'll even be multiple times a day. So make sure and keep your notifications on. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me and see me all right. I got Alex, the Lion, Pagulayan on deck, and I just got a variety of topics to talk with this guy about. Obviously, some one pocket, probably some action. We haven't seen him here in the States in quite some time, so I'm going to touch base with him on that. And of course, the World Championship that's going to be coming up here pretty soon. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Let me see if I can bring in this gentleman, as Matt says. As Matt says, sounds good. Appreciate you, Matt. Hopefully, you're doing all right, buddy. Let me bring in the man of this hour, Alex. Where are you, man?
I'm in the Philippines right now, in the island of Mindanao. It's about 2 hours flight from Manila.
Well, I've only been to Manila, so that's my only frame of reference. I can see some kids hanging out there in the background. I'm assuming you're with the family.
Yeah, I'm with the family right now. We had a gathering here yesterday, and everybody had a good time, so they stay over for the night.
Well, I don't like putting anyone's business out there, but I'm gonna like step out of line, out of my own comfort zone for here for just a moment. Because and by the way, I never really do any research on the show, but a little birdie told me that you might be happily married now, and she might be newly married.
Well, not officially married, but we are actually married in a sense, but not on the charts yet. So
Okay. Well, congratulations, man. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully I didn't just throw you under the bus there.
no. You're good. You're good. You're good. So you just look at me. "Ah, you better
Yeah,
say something good."
I know how that goes, man. Trust me. Hey, Alex, we haven't seen you here in the States for a while, so I want to touch base on that to start off with. We've seen you playing a lot of Chinese hayball events out there in China. Talk to me about what the last couple months have been like for you, man.
It's been exciting for me. I kind of like fell in love with the Chinese 8 ball, because not only they treat me good, it's every event that they put here for me, they pay for everything and they guarantee me money. So I like that idea that to play in their event, and also I love the game.
You mean when they take care of you, Alex, they're taking care of expenses, hotel, flight, things like that for you?
I mean everything, and they take
Yeah.
care of the flight, hotels, food money, and they also give me appearance fee, kind of.
That's pretty solid, man. Is that something
You
that's
can't
like
beat it.
is that something that's like new to the Chinese hayball scene, or is that something that's been going on pretty regularly now for the last few years?
That's been regularly for the last couple of years. Yes. So,
Do you think that's
but
more?
I'm still gonna play American pool, but
Well, we're
only the
gonna get
big
to
ones.
American pool, and more importantly, we're
Yeah.
gonna get to one pocket here in a minute because that's the one I wanna dive in with you. But in terms of that, Alex, like how important is getting help like that from the promoter in terms of covering expenses? Like how much does that weigh into you picking and choosing where you're going?
What do you mean, like how important or?
Yeah, I guess like in terms of because you travel all the time, you're all over the world. Like, how much are you weighing that aspect of getting expenses covered when it comes to picking where you're going to end up at?
This is the thing that I trying to explain to a lot of fellow pool players. Because I love pool, but I I'm not a fan of we're giving show and we're also paying. The expenses, the money, the amount of the expenses of going to the pool tournament is outrageous for us. So,
Yeah,
and then I realized we're giving the show, and then how come we have to pay? I mean, without us, there's no tournament, right?
right.
So I'm saying, okay, I stopped actually like supporting that idea now. So now, like I said, not only that I love the game, they are taking care of us. So by all, I mean, I'm still gonna play pool, but Only the big ones.
Talk to me about the level of competition out there, Alex. Obviously, the Philippines is known to have a bunch of monsters, but we don't get to see a lot of players come out of China other than these, hay ball streams. Like, what's that level of competition like out there?
The Chinese 8 ball,
Yeah. Those guys.
the highest level. I mean, these guys, you got to put your hours in for sure. It's not like you play pool all your life and then go there and expect to win tournaments. It's not gonna happen. You gotta put your hours. You gotta put at least 2,000 or 3,000, even more. So
Do, do you
that
almost feel like you're starting over, like in terms of playing that game because they
yes,
like they play it full time?
yes, I felt like I have to start over, and as a matter of fact, I'm moving there just to improve my game.
I noticed watching some 8 ball events, but then I've been seeing some 9 ball events as well. Alex, talk to me about the scoring system that they use because it's not a traditional like 9 race or 11 race or whatever. Like I'm seeing big 40s and 50s and all these big numbers.
Okay, here's the rules: is if you break and run out, you get 10 points,
Okay,
and if your opponent breaks, didn't make a ball, you start from the one, and you run out all the way to the nine, you get 7 points.
okay,
So regular win is only 4 points. And the way they do it, let's say you get hooked twice. Per if the guy committed a foul, you get 1 point. Another foul, another point. Three fouls, the game is over. The your whoever committed 3 fouls, the opponent gets 4 points.
do you feel like that's like that point system could translate into American 9 ball and maybe help make it a little bit more exciting?
Uh I don't think it because I don't think it will imply. Wait a minute. What am I? What's the words I'm gonna try to say? I don't think it would look good on the American Animal just because there's gonna be a lot of runouts.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a massive points deficit if let's say Shane Van Boeing or Federgors or for me, I don't know if it's gonna work, but I don't think it's gonna work.
What do you think the flaws are in like the professional American pool scene?
Oh shoot.
I want some candid answers here, Alex.
What is the flow? First of all, I think the expenses of the pool players it's very difficult because there's so many
Yeah,
players. I understand they cannot accommodate everyone. A lot of people they're gonna say it's unfair, da 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 da. But guess what? Life is not fair. Period. They don't.
man.
Michael Jordan get paid differently. Stephen
Yeah,
Curry get paid differently. So
right.
I like I said, I love pool, but the expenses wise, it's I'm at that age now also that I'm not 26, 27 anymore that I compete to the highest level, but you know what I mean, right? So
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, like without fans, Alex, like how do you expect for that to change? Like in terms of like if no one's showing up to the venue and things like that.
I mean, first thing first, I know for me, if I was the promoter of the pool, right, I would whoever brings the fans more, I think they should take care of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying? So
But
if
how are you
if
measuring that,
they
Alex? Are you measuring that by like what your Facebook followers are like and your TikTok followers are like, and how would you how would that measure out for you?
I mean, I think you just Facebook is one thing. If you're popular, everybody know if you're popular or not. Everybody
Yeah,
know if they want to see you play or not. So, I think you don't have to be a champion, but I'm just saying. I think if you have a lot of support from a lot of fans, I think that's the one. Like you,
Let-
Mike. If you play an art event, you should get paid. You have a lot of fans, bro.
no, no, no,
But
no, no. I'm donating that, and I think that's a lot of like, at least on the American side of it, the mindset, if for the average pool player, right? And some of them want to go and spar with the who's who, and like I'm a diehard fan. I can appreciate like big names matching up, but they may not have the Alex Pagulayan personality, or may not have that kind of following. But from like a pool competitive standpoint, I can appreciate the matchup. It's just hard when like everyone that does show up to some of these events and maybe over the age of like 60 sometimes, you know what I mean? And then at
right.
least you're in the States, Uh,
Yeah.
and so like if it's not translating to ticket sales from a business standpoint, because imagine you're the promoter, right? Let's say you got 30 guys you got to take care of flights and expenses for. Well, that's an extra 120,000 you got to figure out, to come up with in order to pay for their hotel, for their food, for their flights, for you name it, on top of a bigger purse, right? For the
Right.
winner, Like let me ask you this, Alex. If you were the guy, let's say hypothetically, they took care of 15 guys expenses, right? The top 15 players. But let's say you're on the outside looking in. How would you, with your resume and your history, how would you feel about something like that?
Uh, I the way I see it is whoever's putting on the show, they are
Yeah.
entitled to do whatever they want.
Right.
But as a player, if I don't like what I'm, getting, I don't need to join the tournament.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not mad of them not putting me in the top 15 because I understand they have to take care of certain amount of people, certain amount of players. But I also have the choice that I don't need to join the event. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if they really want me to be in their event, they have to do something.
I like that attitude, man. Personally, do you
Yeah.
think that? Do you think it's something that if the players were maybe in a union or as a unit as one, do you think that's something that you guys could realistically go to the table and argue for
That's a
without
good idea.
without it killing the tour? Also,
Yeah, it's a good idea, and but I think that's I shouldn't say impossible. Impossible is a very strong word, but
Right.
it will be very difficult.
Alex.
Especially right now, there's a lot of things going on right now. There is so many things going on, and I have to choose which one is good for me and for the brand, and for the fans also. So
Well, since you brought up the brand, you've come out with some great products over the last few years, Alex. I heard you got some other things cooking here in the pipeline as well. Maybe you want to touch base because I'm a big fan of obviously you as a player, as a person, but also all of the products that I've had in my hands and tried out, and I see them all over the place.
yeah, we have a lot of things coming out at the end of the year, but the main product that we're coming out it's not a big quantity. It's a small quantity, but it's quality. It's boutique. It's unique that you know about me. If I am not proud of it, we're not gonna put it out there. So I'm very excited. We have carbon fiber coming out for me, and also a tip. It's a if not the best, it's one of them. I can't wait to put it out there.
So
So
when you say carbon fiber, are you talking like just the shaft, or are we talking full cues? What are we talking about
full,
here, Alex?
full cues, carbon fiber butt, carbon fiber shaft. We've been working on it for like the last 3 years, and finally, there's a lot of revision. There's a lot of work to do, but a long wait is over. It's finally there. We're gonna start small, and let's see if everyone likes it. And I'm very excited on the tip also. So,
Well,
but more products is coming. At least like 15 products at the end of the year.
come on,
But
Alex. 15 products. 15. That's a
yeah,
lot. That's a lot to bring to
yeah.
market.
Well, like I said, we've been working it for the last 3 years, and we're not turning back. So
But with all of your contacts, abroad, and you spend time in China, I'd imagine it wouldn't take much for you to slap your name on a queue and just start pumping it out. So why wait the 3 years? to fine tune it before you come to market?
Because I, like I said, it's all about quality for me. It's all about, I want, if I'm not gonna be the best product out there, at least one of them for sure. So it's all about the quality for me, and my buddy Greg, because he's one of those guys that perfectionist. He likes to uh, put the product out there, the best possible quality product you can possibly get. So
Well,
yeah, that's
from the packaging to the way that it comes out in your hands, whether it's the glove that's packaged out. I know I got some around here somewhere. The chalk boxes and the design, the labels. I mean, you can tell you put in some effort into it because it really does stand out.
to be honest with you, that's all Greg and Sophia's. That's it.
Show some love. There you
The
go.
packaging. That's it. The quality of the product. I get a hold of it. I chalked it. It's a great product. The packaging, the style. That's all Greg Deborah and Sophia Deborah. That's the two. They're amazing. They work really hard with that.
You got a great team behind you. I chat with Greg every now and then, and he helped me coordinate the interview. Talk to me how important it is to have guys in your camp, Alex, that you can trust, that you can depend on, that are looking out for your best interest.
Okay, put it this way. If not, if my buddy Greg is not involved, I won't even do this. So that's how
Really,
much I trust them. Yep. We've been buddies for the last, excuse me. We've been buddies for the last 25 years. And he's the guy who staked me in everything I do, poker, pool, and everything. So the only thing in pool, I just tell him, just give me the money, zip it, and I'll take care of the rest. That's
leave it.
the deal with
Just
me.
leave it to me. I love that kind of relationship, man. Talk about love and faith. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
that's
gotta.
it. Give me the money, and that's it. I'll take care of the rest.
That's so funny, man. No, listen, I'm excited for the stuff you got coming out later this year. When I heard about the tips and the cues, I could not be more thrilled. Hopefully, we get some sneak peeks coming up in the next few months, especially heading into the holidays. If somebody wants to be a dealer with you, Alex, or they want to buy wholesale, if they want to buy retail, how can they get a hold of you? How can they order from you?
All they have to do to go to pagulayan.net.
Simple as that.
Oh, wait. Okay, guys, remember this number 416-844-1958. His name is Greg Deborah.
You just
Call that person and he'll hook you up.
there you go. I'll type it in and I'll post it on Windows Open afterwards to help Greg out. Uh, Alex, the last event that we saw yet here in the States, I can't remember, maybe the Derby, but we were expecting you at Buffalo's this year. We started seeing the players list. You're obviously one of the favorites, going to be probably the pick of the litter, depending on the field. Why the change of heart to pull out of that event, Alex?
Oh, that was a very, very tough decision for me. Because also I'm getting inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Right.
But also there's an event in China that could change my life, which is almost did. And the prize money, guys all heard, is 800,000 US dollars for first place. And I came really, really close. I finished in a quarterfinal, but unfortunately, my skills and my hours into the game it showed up, and I'm still like probably at least 1,500 hours short, but it's coming.
You think so?
I think so
Yeah.
because I have to give up one game that I really love. I have to give up one pocket because that's one of the reason my shooting ability, it can I say depleted, or it got down a little bit because I've been playing a lot of one pocket my whole life. I mean, for like 10 years. So I
Yeah.
kind of like I gave it up just to able for me to compete now to rotation game.
those those events out there, they got pretty big prize funds, but they're also notoriously top heavy. Alex, do you think like these payouts that are structured like that, where it's like 700,000 for first and then whatever it is for second and third, do you feel like that opens the door for maybe some deals to be made between players, some savers to be made, and things like that?
I don't think they do any savers there, but okay, I'm not. I don't agree for the top heavy. For the
Right.
first place, second place. No, I don't agree on that. But how can you disagree when when the promoter says you come here, we give you money, we pay for the flight, we pay for the hotel? It's hard to disagree on that. You can do whatever you want as long as they pay everything. I mean, for me, you have a free shot. So
Yeah, yeah.
the only flaws, like, it's not even a flaws. It's just like they don't have to pay 700,000. They could just put like 300 and 150,000 first and second place, right? But yet they add a lot of numbers into the event. I mean, 750,000, 800,000. Who cares if the second place pays 100? It's still 100,000. That's
Still a
more
hundred
than.
thousand.
I mean, like, what pool tournament that pays 100,000? I can't even remember. No, the
Well,
World Championship.
the world championship. But let me ask you this on the note of the world championship, because that has a pretty big difference between first and second place. At least last year, it did. Do you think that, given on the American pool side of things, that having events that are structured like that, when you are paying your own way, do you feel like that could open the door?
Uh Wait. I bet. I bet. I need to be careful on what I'm gonna say here about pool tournaments.
Yeah.
Okay, the Saudi part, we're heading in a good direction here. I
Right.
mean, so I'm gonna support that event in Saudi for sure. I'm gonna support that. It's heading in a good direction, and eventually, if we have a, I don't think if I'm still active by then, but for the sake of the new generation, and I think yeah, it's going in the good direction there. I think Saudi is gonna open up a lot of things for sure.
I want to circle back on the one pocket here, Alex. Did you get to see the event? Obviously, I'm sure you heard filler one. So, did you get to
I,
watch any of it by
I
chance?
heard, but I didn't have time to watch anything because I was constantly hitting balls and putting my hours into the game and playing in the event. So when I heard filler one, I wasn't surprised. I
Okay, do
wasn't
you mind
surprised at all
elaborating on that for me? Why you weren't surprised?
because filler is not human. He's from another planet. He can learn anything that he wants. He's like one of those gifted, one of 1 million or maybe more. This
Yeah.
kid is phenomenal. It's just like it's a complete package for this kid. But he's not my favorite player. My favorite player out of all them kids is Clente Kachi. If I'm,
Why do you say that?
it's just like he's one of those guys that you don't want to meet him in the alley. You know what I mean? Like
Oh no. Well, I mean, like that. You might be the only guy on tour that I'm taller than, but Kachi will. You're probably like up to his waist.
I mean, when it comes to pool, I rather deal with I rather deal with Filler, Shane, but Kachi, I want to leave him alone. Hey pal, help pal. Like he's like the for me, he's like the John Jones of pool. You know what I'm saying?
That's a hell of a statement. John Jones, Hall of Famer, just recently retired. Went on a
Yeah.
hell of a streak out there. Great career.
Oh yeah. He's like, but when it comes to gifted child, Filler is.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got a
Would you
goosebump
play
once.
filler? Would you play filler some one pocket?
Of course, you know about me. I like challenge. I like to compete. I had the blood. I'm one of those guys that I know I'm underdog, but I love it. I will play. I will challenge. I love to challenge players for sure.
Okay, well,
For
hold on,
sure, I
hold
would do it.
on. I've talked to a lot of pool players, Alex, from all different walks of life, and every time I bring up the question of top five one pocket players, there's a pretty consistent answer out there, and that's you. So it's kind of hard to hear you say I might be an underdog playing in one pocket, because the whole world might favor you in that matchup.
Well, people they don't real. We age. Everything changes every year that goes by. Your ability, your eyesight. It's well. I'm still competitive. I mean, I'm still gonna be threat to them because once I put my time into the game and my knowledge, they might beat me in the shooting competition and by 2-1, but my knowledge still in playing into the game. So they're gonna be still in tough spot, and also me because I can't. There's no breathing there because one mistake they're gonna just swallow me alive. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they run eight and out from anywhere. Well, let me ask you this: last time I seen you talk some one pocket with one of those straight shooters, it was Shane at Derby a couple of years ago. I think you offered him maybe a ball. Um, and I want to get to whether or not that's a standing offer. But in terms of filler, would you, if he asked you for a ball, let's say 9-8, would you take him up on that game for a pretty decent amount?
well, I'm gonna reverse the question to you now. If
Okay.
you're me, would you rather give Shane bamboing 9-8 or playing even 10 ball?
We're talking. Wait. Oh.
If
Okay.
you're me,
If I'm you, would I rather play 9-8
give
one pocket?
give him in 9-8 or playing in even 10 ball.
Well, if I'm you, and if I saw the way he was breaking against Federer, I might say I might try the 10 ball first. But before that Federer match, I don't think I would have said that. I might have said the one
Well,
pocket first.
I rather give him Shane 9-8 than face him playing 10 ball. So
But
so
you've had an
I
open offer to play anyone in 10 ball. Correct me if I'm wrong here.
well, if I'm gonna play, I cannot compete with them as unless referee rock and that's it. No triangle. That's the only way I would play. They cannot touch the rock and that's the only. I don't even like that, but I'm gonna play them anyway.
So you would play the fillers, the Federer, the Shanes of the world 10 ball if it was a referee rack.
That's it. That's the only way I would play.
Okay. Let's switch gears a
Be-
little bit. Go ahead.
before they have to do it before I retire. Soon. They have to do it
well,
soon.
well, let me ask you this because obviously we know the age difference between Federer and Shane. I don't know if you saw that match or heard about that match, but he beat him pretty convincingly. Do you got any thoughts on that 10 ball matchup that they just finished out recently?
Well, Shane. I mean, what can we say about Shane? Shane is, if not the best rotation player that ever lived, at least one of them. But like I said, we age. Shane is like 43 now or 42, is it?
Two, I think. Yeah, I think 42.
Pedro is 26 on his prime, 27. Uh, I would look as as great as Shane is. I would never bet on Shane at that much because of the if they were the same age. Yes, I would bet on Shane for sure all day, but there's an age difference there. Like the reason why I'm saying this because I feel it too. I'm not the same the lion like 20 years ago that I have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Now I hear footsteps. I hear footsteps. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I feel like
I
somebody's
love the
always
honesty.
behind me. You know one of
Yeah,
those? Like
yeah, yeah.
I don't know if that's you call aging or
Well, Father
it
Time's
does.
undefeated. Yeah,
Say it again. Sorry.
I would say Father Time is undefeated, Alex.
Yes. 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 So if they play again, obviously I'm gonna bet on Federer because, like I said, on the age, it's now. Will be the great matchup. It's Federer, Filler, Kachi. Who's that other young kid? Anton Raga. Those are the guys that they should compete to one another because they are around the same age.
Do you think that you know how it is to gamble and matching up and don't want to leave money on the table along the way? Do you think that any of those potential matchups, let's say Federer and Filler, do you think that we'll be able to see a matchup between those players, whether playing rotation or playing even some one pocket?
That's what I wanted to see. Federer and Filler in one pocket, rotation game. Okay, if they're gonna play 10 ball, obviously we're gonna bet on Federer. If they play 9 ball, I'm gonna slide give it to Filler a little bit. So we need to come up with the neutral, a
What's
neutral
the
game.
middle ground?
Oh, that's a good question.
I
You
I
put me
like
on the
where you're
spot
going though.
again.
I like where you're
I,
heading.
yeah, you put me on the spot again. Hmm, I would
But
say
all around.
yes. Man, you read my mind. All around, I think
Yeah.
it's the best. Because if they need to play 5 games. For me, they need to play because this is a very difficult spot to bet on.
Okay.
9 ball,
Okay.
banks, one
Okay.
pocket,
Okay.
10 ball. I don't like to see. I don't like the magic rack at all. I like to see referee rack on 10 ball.
Okay. I like that.
And then yeah, and then they have to play. Let's see,
What are you doing? 8 ball?
what game? 8 ball, but it's gotta be a small pocket. It's gotta be at least 4-inch pocket,
Okay.
and that's it.
Well, who are you
And
betting on
that's a
then?
pick him.
Let's say that.
That's a
Let's.
pick him.
Well,
Pick him.
let me think. So 10 ball would be Federer. Nine
Oh,
ball.
wait a minute, wait a minute now. It's referee rock. That yeah, they changed everything. Magic rock, feather all day.
Okay. Well, let me ask you
So
this. I'm knocking on Alex's door and I'm saying, hey, I want to bet this matchup. I'll let you pick who you like. Who do you like?
ooh. uh, what do I like? I think I need to see both of them. Whoever wanted more, I think that's who's gonna win.
Do you think that?
Whoever like wanted more, I think it's gonna win. Because this is a very difficult decision for me. Because how can we argue with Pedro Gors
Yeah,
what he's been doing the last 3 years? How can we argue in filler? I mean, this is the top of the top. Like, would I bet for my life?
yeah.
For my life,
Come
me.
on.
No, wait.
I got. He says I got winner.
I got the no for my life.
All
Ah,
around.
all around. If somebody else, if they're gonna shoot me, somebody needs to fight for my life. I think I have to bet on Federer.
Really,
This is like 59, 51-49.
it's real close. I
That's
agree
how
with you.
close. Yeah.
I think the
Just
all around
because
would be. Go ahead.
yeah, just because Federer is been in action more than Filler. That's the only reason.
What do you make of him getting in these games with Shane at his age and um yeah, I mean the last 2 years has only been Shane, but what do you make of like that matchup against like an early 40-year-old against a mid 20-year-old? When there's like somebody who's in his
Prime
age
to
range,
prime,
yeah, and his skill set, yeah,
prime to prime, we have to bet on Shane. Prime to
really.
prime, we have to bet on Shane. Shane is one of those guys that refuses to lose. So he will find a way to beat you. He will find a way to beat you. So, and he's one of those guys that he doesn't take personal. A prime to prime, we have to bet on Shane.
I love that answer, man.
Prime to prime.
You would know. You played Shane prime to prime and some pretty historic matches yourself, man.
Because when the only person that give me goosebump playing is two-person, Shane and Dennis. They're like, I'm not scared, but they give me like, you know, they like, like I cannot like blink. You know what I'm saying?
What was different about those two guys?
Those two guys, they like uh just do or die. They just want to like they're on your face at all times. They're like, and it's just I those one of those guys that if I have a choice, I'm not like money wise, I'm not gonna gamble with them. If I have a choice, right? If I have another option, I rather
Well, but then you'll probably if listen, you and Dennis was the matchup everybody wanted to see, and then Dennis, can't come back to the States, and you guys probably left a lot of money on the table just in streaming money alone. if you guys would have matched up playing some one pocket, Alex. So I mean, what do you say to that? You know, in terms of from a business standpoint.
This is my sound cruelty. I'm glad that never happened. I don't have to like it.
Yeah.
I didn't have to like it. But you know me, I love challenge. I love to play.
See, the fucked up part is I believe both of what you just said there. I believe you don't gotta
Yeah,
like it, and I believe you love a challenge as well, man. It's
yeah,
so
that's it.
it's perfect.
I have a pride. I mean, I also wanted to like, hey, I belong in this category. I belong in this greatness here. So like, I'm a very competitive person. So I would love to see it also. But would I bet my own money? Just a little bit.
There you
I let Greg do the betting for me.
There you go, man. There you go. I like the honesty. Let's
Yeah.
on the note of Federer, back at the Rio, whenever we saw you, you know, he made a post on social media saying "Uno Paquito, Alex," and you know, you were like, "I'm open to it." What's the situation like between you guys matching up a big set of one pocket, and how would that game be?
Well, it's got to be in our schedule. I think I still wanted to play them rotation. Like I said, I will play them 10 ball. I talked to Greg. We'll bet 100,000. Who cares if we lose? It's not my money. It's yours, right? No, just joking, buddy. Just joking, Greg. But I'm but like I said, I still have couple match in me left, right? It's gotta be within a couple years. I want to do it within a couple years for sure. If we make some time, I would like to play Shane. This is what I even like to play Shane. I like because he's around my age, right? I
Yeah.
wanted to play him some nine ball like the WNT rules. For
Okay.
doesn't have to be. I will. Greg doesn't like the idea, but I will force him.
So just 9 ball rotation straight up with Shane playing matchroom rules.
Yeah, like that, like or tembo with the referee rock. So, like because the age different, me and Shane is not that far, right? So I
Yeah.
think that's a good matchup. But I'm not ducking anyone. I still wanted to play them some the rotation game for like I said, like I don't know who Filler Federer. Uh, I don't like Kachi. I don't want to play him. He's
Would you
you know what? I'm like on the guy, betting on him
4
in the
0?
final. Oh yeah, I won every single one of them. The
Oh my
only time
god.
that I didn't bet and then Filler beat him. So
on
uh,
on the note of Federer and back at the Rio, Alex, when he mentioned you in social media and he asked you to play a game, I'm assuming you guys talked to some extent. What was that game? Was it even one pocket or was there any kind
yes,
of spot special?
even one pocket. But unfortunately, we couldn't find date that match our schedule. So that's the only thing stopped it. Because I've been busy here in China playing a lot of events, doing exhibitions. Uh, Also looking for to make many fans.
Yeah.
So
How's it been
yeah.
like over there? Because I hear there's some crazy numbers playing those Chinese 8 ball events, like 100,000
Oh my
plus watching,
God,
man.
there's so many players, so many people, and I'm not trying to brag about this. I went through immigration one time. I think my last trip, an immigration officer, he says, Pagulayan, Pagulayan. And he took a picture with me.
Is that right? Going
That's
into China?
Oh yeah, that's how popular the game is. Even an immigration officer, they know
What
how to play Chinese 8 ball.
do you think that we'll see more American rotation players take a stab at Chinese 8 ball in the future?
Well, if they don't like money, no. But if they love money, they better come over here because it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and more tournaments. Like we only seen you guys only see the big ones. There is so many events here, like 20,000 first place, 50,000 first place. Those There's
Yeah.
so many of them, so many.
I've heard some from some friends of mine out of that region have told me, it's nothing for them to do 50,000 added tournaments on a weekly basis out there for Hayball.
Nothing, nothing at all. There's like 30 of them, 30 of them per year for sure. Beside the big ones.
Well, you've been known to get in some action. Have you played any money games? And if so, what's the record like on the Hayball tables?
Well, I'm not. They've been asking me to play, and I'm honest to myself. I'm not good enough to beat them yet. Yet, I still need that. Probably like I would say that extra 4%. I will gamble with them
Yeah.
just because I'm getting comfy, more comfortable at the game. So I still my skill set is still not yet there, but once I improve that 4%, I'm gonna start gambling. Not crazy amount of money, probably like $10,000 to $20,000, and but they're willing to bet more. So once I get better and better, and then we'll do 100, 200,000.
Is there action like that on in that scene, Alex, between the bigger name guys, or even
It's
let's say guys who
actually,
aren't as good but they have a lot of money?
yeah, but it's actually they don't need, because there's so many events. They don't need to gamble to one another.
Yeah,
You don't have time because there's so many events like one another. Like they have like their regular event is 2 million RMB. How much is that? Just under 200,000 probably,
really.
or maybe just 286,000. Sorry. So there's like 10 of them like that. 286,000 first place, and then we got three big ones, and then they add another big event again. 3 million pays like 350,000. So
How is that model sustained though, Alex? Is it like is it streaming? Is it just the market and Chinese eight ball tables? Like how are they thriving and being able to put on these type of events out there?
yeah, well, they got like 1.4 billion here in China. So and the economy is so big, and it's just it's booming. It's like it's bigger than snooker. Then Chinese eight ball is bigger than snooker in China. So it's just there's like pool room in every corner. They just everybody loves to play them. So I think the people in China itself will sustain this prize fund for sure.
What's your future looking like in the next few months, Alex? The calendar's picking up on the American pool side of things, but where's Alex going to be traveling to?
Well, I'm going to China for the super tour in about 5 days or 4 days, and then I'm going to Saudi after that, and then going back to China after Saudi, and after China I'm going to U.S. Open, and then it's gonna be crazy uh month for me. I mean, the next half of the year very crazy schedule.
What was your reaction to the announcement of the Philippines Open happening in Manila later on this year, Alex?
Oh, I never heard of. I don't know anything about it. There is, well, my schedule like is it depends where Greg wants me to play. So because I trust his judgment, and he talked to me. If you go here, I don't even ask questions. It's just okay. I'll go there.
You mentioned snooker, Alex, and correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't I see you gamble some snooker with a few Canadian players over the last few months as well?
Yeah, we did. Me and Greg. I told Greg I haven't been playing. So we bet like I think we bet 39,000 on but we Greg and I only bet 19, and the other 20 is on my friends and my staker there. So yeah, and then we barely won that one. And then the other one I lost. We bet 10,000. I lost 10,000 Canadian. I lost. His name is wait Sahil. Sahil. His name is
Deal.
Sahil.
He's a Canadian snooker champion. Is that right?
Yeah, I think he's right now. I think he's the best snooker Canadian snooker champion. I think he's the best.
Would you
And
play
the
him
other
again?
guy, you know me, of course, I will play him again. But I would play him like the for the right amount. Of course. Obviously, I need to put hours in, and well, 1 week or 2 weeks not enough. You gotta put like at least a couple months work on that. But they have to do it in the right price. Otherwise, for 10,000, yeah, of course I'm gonna play him again. But if I'm gonna play for 100, I need at least a month and a half to get ready.
I want to get you out of here on this. From one dad to another. One of my favorite posts from you was seeing your daughter go hang out with you at an event. I think I saw her flying with you to China or whatever it was. What was that experience like, having one of your kids there and spending time with her?
Well, no, I wanted no. My daughter didn't come with me in China. No.
Oh, I'm mistaken then. I thought I seen her traveling to one of your pool events online.
Oh, that's in. You're talking about Simba.
I don't remember, to be honest with you. It's like
Uh oh.
vaguely in my...
Uh
don't
oh.
get me in trouble, man. Don't get me in trouble
you,
now.
you're lucky. My wife is in the other room.
There you go. Hey,
I'm lucky.
Wha what's on tap for you for social media wise? Because I know you've been building that page up really well and doing some great content. What's on deck for that, Alex?
That's all on Greg for me. All I know, I'm excited to our new products coming. That carbon fiber cues. I already, if you guys notice, I already playing with it.
Really?
And the tip, I'm very very excited on the tip. I can't reveal who makes it yet. Soon. But
Soon?
all I know, my carbon fiber is it's made in Canada. Made
You
in
heard
Canada. 100% made in Canada. Where? I can't tell you guys that.
Go follow the Alex the Lion Pagulayan page on Facebook. Go sign up for email alerts through his website as well. He's got a ton of new products coming out. He's busy.
There
He's
you
all
go.
over the place. Alex, I appreciate your time. As always, look forward to seeing you compete in the World Championship coming up here pretty soon. And you got anything else before we get out of here?
Yes. You've been working out?
Wow, I'm about as buff as you are right now, man. Trying to.
Right now you're hey,
Let me
you're
let me ask you this, because one thing that I've always appreciated about you, that like not many pool players, and I don't mean to take up more of your time, but one thing I've really appreciated about you is like your attention to your diet. And I don't think the average fan knows how much you focus on that and how much that affects your pool playing ability and has how that's helped your career.
because I realize health is everything. Without your health, whatever you do in life, it's nothing. You could be the billionaire, but if you're sick, it's not worth it. I mean, how are you gonna spend it? So I realized about 5 years ago, all my whole life, I like to watch out for my health. But recently, like 5 years ago, that's the one I took time study on the health because we we've been brainwashed by our society. What food to eat, what's good and what's bad. Little do I know, when I put my time studying, 80% of my diet I thought it was good. It was crap. It was killing me. So now obviously I eat here and there sometimes, but most of the time I eat healthy food.
Look, I'm gonna reach out to Greg because he's the man to make things happen. I want to get like what a week in the life of Alex Pagulayan for the diet, because that's what I want to know about. I want to get on the Alex diet for at least a week, try it out, see how hardcore it is, and see if I can hang.
Actually, it's not really that. uh I eat everything. Let's say I still eat meat. I still eat cow, but it's gotta be 100% grass fed. I still eat chicken. It's gotta be pastured raised. Those
Yeah, but
kind of things.
eating candies and cookies and ice creams
Oh,
and
I
all
don't,
that.
I don't eat all that. That's
Yeah,
completely poison to your body. So I
yeah,
don't
but
even drink soda. I don't even. What? I don't even drink juice. If you drink, if you guys find out what you getting out of the juice, oof, it's one of the most toxic drinks you can ever drink. It's go direct to your bloodstream for sure.
Well, I'm gonna get with Greg on the diet. I want to hear it straight from Alex himself. Alex, I appreciate your time. I know you're out in the Philippines and it's early morning, but I want to thank you so much for coming on and making time for me, man.
Mike, it's always a pleasure talking with you, and sometimes you put me in the spot, which is I love it, and I'm looking forward to do it again.
We'll see you at the US Open, my man. Hopefully we get to talk before then.
All right, fam. Thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you, Mike. I
Thank
love
you,
you,
bro.